everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Amanda, and for today's video I thought I'd do another Disney video, except this one's going to be a little bit different. Instead of a haul, I thought I would tell you my top 5 tips of going to a Disney park, what they entail, how to make your trip a little bit easier, and just like kind of things that I learned throughout the way of going to Disney parks. And yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into it. So tip number 1 that I have is get your Magic Band early. So what that means is you could go onto the Disney website and purchase your own Magic Band. For instance, you could get different characters, totally different prints on them, instead of just getting the band from the hotel that you're staying at. Getting your band early is different than picking it up from the hotel, because you just get a plain gray band, which is kind of boring. I mean, if you like that, that's totally cool. But if you do get your Magic Band early, you can book fast passes if you're staying at a Disney hotel, do your dining reservations, and you can link that band to your Disney account and use that band later on. So if you have a Disney trip, say within a few months or next year, you can continually use that band instead of getting a new band every single time you go and stay at a Disney hotel. Second tip is to download the park app. So whatever park that you're going to, for instance, I go to Disney World in Orlando, download the Disney World app. This way you can get all of your fast passes, your dining reservations, everything's in one place. You can see the wait times for rides and when the park is opening as well. So instead of making your fast passes at the park on the little screens, you already have your Magic Band because of tip number 1, and you could book all of your fast passes early if you stay at a Disney hotel, or 30 days before if you're not. I wanted to show you guys how I get fast passes for rides. Now, when you first go on the app to book your fast passes, you'll see that there sometimes isn't fast passes available for the most popular rides. However, I do have a trick that usually works, sometimes it doesn't, but usually it's foolproof on the day that you're going. Since when you go onto the Disney World app, it kind of looks like this, and you could click the plus sign here to go ahead and set up fast passes. So you could see here, Mission Space Fast Pass. So what you want to do is when you're going in and booking fast passes, you go and choose a Get Fast Pass, choose the Fast Pass options, choose the day that you're going, and then you're gonna choose the people that are going with you. Once you choose your day, it's going to tell you to choose a park. So once you choose your park, then it will go to all of the times of that day of the rides. Now, when fast passes are not available, all you have to do is go back to this screen. So keep going back and forth. So click your day, click the park that you're going to, it will show the times. I don't have any passes right now, so it won't. I don't have a ticket right now, so it will not show the times for me here, but you get the gist. So once you're on the times and you don't see something for your ride, you could click through the different times. It will have like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock fast passes. Go ahead and switch between constantly 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, over and over again. You'll eventually see new fast passes coming up. So say character meet and greets, there's no character meet and greets on the fast passes. Once you do that and click and keep going and clicking over and over again, all of a sudden a time for 2:45 comes up to meet Cinderella. Or if you're not seeing anything, completely go back to this page. So when you're on the times, click the back button, it will show you this calendar and to pick your park that you're going to. Go in and out of that, and then you'll see sometimes new times for rides. Now, the best time to do this is the day before or the day that you're in the park, because so many people change their itinerary, they can't make fast passes, they want to go to a different park and they already had fast passes. So that's your time to get in. So once you're either the day before or in the park, go ahead and do that trick where you go back and forth through the app or through the times, and then eventually you'll see other fast passes open up. Sometimes there's ones for right away, sometimes it's later in the day, but usually they do open up. So I've seen where I can't get a fast pass, say for instance I'm going to Magic Kingdom and I can't get a fast pass for Big Thunder Mountain, and there says there's no fast passes available. The day I go, I booked 2 fast passes because you could only book 3 on your first try. So the first time you're booking your fast passes, you can only book 3 rides at one time. Then from there on, after you use your 3, you can use 1 fast pass until you've used that one, and then you could book another one. So that's how you kind of do 1 at a time after that. So I book 2 fast passes of the rides that I want and leave 1 open for that day. So then on that day that I'm going there, then I go ahead and look through the fast passes and see and go back and forth until one opens up that I would want to ride. So that's what I normally do for my fast passes. It usually works, especially if it's not that busy on a day, if you're going through a weekday. I've even had it where it's busy days, there's no fast passes, and I get on a ride right away. So definitely try that out if you don't have the app already. Third tip, especially if you're coming to Disney World, Florida, is to wear comfortable clothes. I know a lot of people want to go in their Disney outfits. They want to have like cute skirt and a top and match your ears and stuff like that. It's not worth it. It's like 5 million degrees outside in Florida, and even during our like cold season, it's still pretty sunny during the day and might be a little bit chilly at night. But for the most part, if it says on the weather that it's going to be 70 or above, plan that it's going to be extremely hot. There's going to be a lot of people around. The sun's going to be beating down on you all day. So definitely wear comfortable clothes. I usually wear kind of like workout clothes, whether it's like a tank top and like workout leggings and sneakers, or I'll bring a sweater to put over it if it's going to be a little bit chilly at night. So definitely wear comfortable clothes. You could totally bring your comfortable clothes in your book bag and wear your like park clothes to the park, get a few pictures, and then go ahead and change into your comfortable clothes so you're not wearing those clothes throughout the whole entire day. My tip 4 is to stay on property. Now I know it's a little bit more expensive to stay on property, but you can go on the website and keep checking, keep going on there for the days that you want. Keep checking if there's something a little bit cheaper. If it says that there's none available for that day, check back in a few days or in a week. They do pop up eventually when it comes closer to that day. Staying at a Disney hotel has a lot of perks. If you stay at a Disney hotel and you want to go to Disney Park, you get free parking. So say if you're driving in and you want to go to the park right away, you don't want to go to your hotel first, then you could go ahead and park for free at the Disney hotel and then go back to your hotel whenever you want to go back. Also, you got to keep in mind that around the park, whatever park that you go to, it's going to be really busy. It's going to have a lot of traffic around it. Disney World is crazy, the traffic, and it's actually really confusing to get around if you haven't done it before, to get around, to go through the parks, to go to different hotels. It's really confusing. So what I recommend, if you're going to stay at your hotel first, then jump on a bus or jump on the monorail, the Skyliner, use the free Disney transportation. Even though it might be a little bit time consuming, say if you're on a bus, it could take a little bit longer, it's not worth the headache of trying to get through I-4 or like trying to go through the Disney sides of getting to a park and parking and all of that. So totally not worth it. Plus you get the free parking. And I just think it's overall a better experience when you stay at a Disney park. You're in Disney already, you have that like Disney vibes, you're so excited, and then once it's over in the parks, you get to go back to the hotel, which it's like, it's just so much better than driving out of Disney and going to a different hotel. It's just a lot to do that, especially with traffic. If you can hear Ramsey on the floor, he's like playing with his toy and he's like baby crying to it if you hear him crying. And my 5th and final tip is a big one. I never really knew about this place before a few years ago, the Disney Character Warehouse. So there is Disney outlets in Orlando. There's actually 2. There's one on Vineland and then there's one somewhere else. I can't remember where, but they're Disney outlet prices for things. I would recommend going there first before you go to the parks, before you go to Disney Springs. Go to the Character Warehouse, because a lot of things, if you want to buy merch, they're so expensive at the parks. And who wants to pay like $60 for a hoodie? Or like $30 for a t-shirt? If you go to Character Warehouse, there's tons of things that you can buy before you even go to the park. There's things there at the Character Warehouse that are in the parks. It's crazy to me. I've seen things where I'm at the park and then I go to Disney Character Warehouse and it's more than half the price at the warehouse and it's still in the parks. So it's definitely worth it. You could get pins there, you could get ears there, you could get handbags, jewelry, t-shirts, clothing, a whole bunch of stuff. There's home accessories, and I would just hit those up first. So say if you're on a budget and you still want to get something nice to bring home with you, go to Disney Character Warehouse. It's totally worth it. There is long lines there, but it's great pricing, and you can't really beat that, especially if there's stuff that's you've seen in the park and then you're like, oh my gosh, it's at Character Warehouse. Even better, it's like half price. So I love Character Warehouse. I always go there. I would recommend getting there early. There usually is a line, but it's not too bad. You might wait like 20 minutes, 30 minutes in line, but that's kind of like, you want to leave your morning a little bit some time before, say you go to Disney Springs or you go to the park, or even if you go after the park and you're like, oh, everything's too expensive at the park, let me go ahead and go to Disney Character Warehouse. So I definitely would recommend that. Go ahead and just Google Disney Outlet, Vineland, and it's not that far from Disney. So if you have a car, or you could take like an Uber, something like that. So yeah, guys, I hope you liked my 5 tips going to the Disney parks. Those are just kind of things that I've learned, and things and tips and tricks that I've done myself that usually work, and I hope you guys check them out too, because definitely a lot of good tips there, especially with the Character Warehouse and with the fast passes, of how to get hard fast passes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, please do subscribe if you're new and give this video a thumbs up. See you guys. Bye.